Hello everyone, welcome to Sade's Tarot Tea. So today guys, I'm going to be doing an interesting video. This is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do, but it's still a tarot reading. I want to go ahead and give a message to Drake. Spirit has been calling me to talk about him. Like I don't normally get spirit yelling at me. Like they've been yelling at me to to get him, not saying that, who knows, maybe Drake won't see this, but I've just been being pulled to do like a tarot message for him to get his shit together. Like, what is going on, Drake? Like, why am I being yelled at from spirit to give you a message? So we're gonna go ahead and give him a message. And what I say, guys, I want to say a disclaimer before I get started. I say everything out of love, okay? Some people don't like my tough cap love, but you know what? Fuck you. You don't have to be here. I'm not attacking Drake. I know a lot of people love him. A lot of people hate him. He's a Scorpio. You either love him or you hate him, right? But for me, I am gonna leave my 2 cents out of this. It's not going to be biased, so everything I say is going to be strictly out of love, okay? Because he needs some tough mama love. Let me say, he needs a cat mom to like beat his ass into shape, because you know the fool just out here doing God knows what and being nasty and shit. So anyway, we're gonna see what spirit has to say in regards to him, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Just please keep in mind that this reading is for entertainment purposes only, and I am not coming for Drake. So my Drake fans, don't get all up in your ass about it, okay? Like, y'all love to get mad about certain things I say. Like, shut up. Like, it's not that serious, okay? Like, you getting my Sag Mercury bluntness. Like, come for me. I don't care. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and give Drake a message, and hopefully in the future I will be his tarot reader. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. But this is what I would say if I were his tarot reader. Okay, guys, so the first message that I got compelled to pull out was obstacles and challenges. And also I got pulled to my temptation card. So obstacles and challenges, I will just keep that in mind that it was in the reverse. So the first thing I want to tell Drake is that there are a lot of things that you have overcome. Like, no one is taking that from you. No one is saying that you didn't, do this or do that. Like, Drake is the type that he likes to be all the time acknowledged for his accomplishments. But Drake, sometimes people are not going to see the things that you've done for the music industry. Sometimes people are not going to always acknowledge everything that you're doing. Like, but you don't need to get like a sour head about it, like a sour heart, sour head. Like, you don't need to like boast all the time or act like you're this humble dude when you're not. Like, you're a very cocky person. Like, you're a very boastful person, but you like to manipulate and act like you're not. So guys, before I even jump into more of his reading, we're already jumping off to a start here. Like, damn, bitch. Like, I'm already like slapping the shit out of him. So we're gonna go ahead and look at Drake's chart, and I'm gonna post that up here. Okay guys, so I have posted Drake's chart up here. If you didn't know, Drake is on the cusp. He is a Libra Scorpio cusp because his birthday, his birthday is October 24th, 1986. So that would make him a Libra Scorpio cusp. And his moon is in Cancer, Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Aquarius. So yes, the first thing that I am drawn to tell you, Drake, is my temptation card. I was really put out to, I really was compelled to pull that out because you like your accomplishments to be acknowledged. And when you don't get your way with certain things, you throw tempers, or accomplishments to be like seen. You like to always know that you're doing the right thing, and you like that validation because you weren't given that in childhood. So you're doing good. I don't understand why you have to always say what you do. He does that a lot, guys, where he has to always have his accomplishments acknowledged, and it's talking about how he needs to get over that cockiness and just realize that it's okay to not always have everything being acknowledged. Like, you did it, and maybe down the road it will be acknowledged, but it's not bad if it's not acknowledged. It's not that it's not enough when it's not acknowledged. And a lot of us struggle with this, so I'm not knocking Drake for it. A lot of us struggle with that, you know. So it's talking about how he needs to overcome that. That is one of the things he needs to overcome in the year of 2020, is that maybe everything won't be acknowledged. I do feel like Drake, you will have more accomplishments. You will reach a really high point in your career where you're gonna go into like legend mode, like for sure. Like you have legend. You're gonna go into legend mode. Let me tell you something. So the things that you're doing, Drake, will come back to bite you in the ass. So allegedly, guys, there has been you know, assumptions, or I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't want to get in trouble, but you know that he's been messing with younger girls, and my temptation card did come out, and it's been in the reverse. It is in the reverse, but I'm saying that, Drake, I would be very careful who you like hook up with. I would be very careful with who you're messing around with, because there is a woman coming in. This isn't a woman, but there is a woman coming in that will air out your dirty laundry. There are other people that have been like wanting to air him out, just because like kind of like R. Kelly status, like been wanting to air him out, but are afraid because Drake will like do things. And I talked about this in my Drake video of my last Drake video. I talked about how he will make them sign, you know, contracts or things like that, like so they can't, you know, speak out against him. But there is one girl that will not give a fuck, and she is gonna speak out against you. I see this could happen, not maybe not in the year 2020, but it is coming up towards you. So you need to be very careful who you're DMing, who you're talking to, who you're trying to get at, because she feels young and she feels like she don't give a fuck. She feels like she's a fire sign, guys. She feels like she's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or maybe she has Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in her, I'm hearing rising, or she has it in her Mercury or Mars placement. Like there's this woman that or maybe Scorpio in her Mars placement. Like she like wants to get revenge on him. She wants to make sure that he pays for what he did. Like, because, you know, she's heard things and he's done things to her, but he does this a lot. He allegedly, like, he'll get at girls, you know, that's not a secret, right? We know that. But I want to say allegedly because, again, this isn't, you know, I don't have proof about this, but I do feel it. I do feel that he needs to calm down with that shit. And that's why I was so compelled to give him this message, you know? Also, Drake, I'm hearing that you really need to take a break. Like, you need to stop working so damn hard. Like, you will work your fingers to the bone, and it's talking about how you need to rest. You need to give it up, because I do see you possibly in the near future, as you get older, I just heard you might have a heart attack. So you hold a lot of stress in your heart chakra and in your base chakra, I'm hearing, and you put a lot of emphasis on your sex life as well. You treat women really badly, I'm hearing, which is not a surprise, guys. We already know this, okay? But it's talking about how he will pay, he will reap what he sows. And, you know, guys, I have no reason to say this, like, to hate on Drake, okay? Like, I really like his music, but I've been being compelled to, like, give him this message for the past, like, 3 fucking days. 3 fucking days. I've been, like, Spirit's been, like, yelling at me, like, you need to make a video for Drake. You need to make a video for Drake. And I'm like, why? I don't want to read on him. I don't like his energy. I don't like it. But they're like, that doesn't matter, Sade. You better make a video. See, Spirit be yelling at me, guys. Spirit be yelling at me. So I want to look into him and this Rihanna thing. I don't really care about his fucking career, Drake. Listen, like, my message for your career is you will have more accomplishments and those will get acknowledged. You have a loyal fan base. Stop trying to, like, outdo everyone. I saw a little bit of his documentary and I was rolling my eyes when he was like, oh, I want to be bigger than Lil Wayne. Like, who fucking cares? The thing that pisses me off, guys, about what I'm hearing for Spirit wants him to move in a more spiritual, like, they want him to elevate higher, to raise his vibrations higher. He has Jupiter in Pisces. So basically he's supposed to be, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, higher learning, knowledge, philosophy. Like, he's supposed to, with Pisces, he's supposed to be finding his spiritual journey, elevating like past his spirituality, like what he has been like grounded to believe in. So he's not doing that, and that's why Spirit is frustrated with him. Spirit wants him to stop worrying about the materialistic things. He has what's frustrating, guys, is that Drake has, when he's alone, when he's in private, he really thinks about things on a deeper level. He's a very deep dude, but he just portrays this very superficiality image. And Spirit is saying there are so many people that look up to you, there are so many people that you can touch, but like, I don't understand like why you're not doing that. So let's see what Spirit has to say for him when it comes to him and Rihanna. And him collaborating with Chris Brown. Like, let's see that. And guys, the reason I'm bringing this up is because he mentioned Rihanna. This is basically on his like little documentary, this part where he mentioned Rihanna and said, "Oh, that was like little girl." Like, he says something offensive, and Spirit is like, "What the hell?" Like, Spirit is not happy with him because he had the opportunity, guys, to create a platform and say, because there's so many guys that listen to him, and he basically said it was okay, in other words, for Chris to treat Rihanna like that, to hurt her like that. In a sense, he was, whether he realizes it or not, allegedly, whether he realizes it or not, he kind of said, whatever, like, that was stupid, like, that's little girl shit, like, there, like, he didn't make it sound like it was a permanent issue. And it is, you know, abuse of any sort is very, like, it's so bad. And it's talking about how they're talking about how he needs to mature, like, he needs to grow up, and he needs to stop preying on other people, like allegedly younger women. The solar plexus chakra keeps coming out for him. Drake, I'm telling you, right, oh my god, Drake, if you don't make things right, this is why I was being called to give you this message. If you don't make things right, you will suffer immensely. I'm getting my movement and spiritual, okay, prosperity, material and spiritual prosperity. Guys, he is not moving spiritually. He's actually like stuck in this like very low vibrational Scorpio energy, and it's talking about how, yeah, he's making positive steps forward towards like his money and like his material, but it's talking about if he doesn't get that under wraps, Drake, your success will come to an end. What you said about Rihanna, the things you said about like how, like, that's gonna be your karma. Like, you have big karma coming up. Like, you're a Scorpio, like, dude, like, you're a Scorpio, like, you need to get that shit under control. Like, this isn't just common knowledge about karma, like what we reap we sow kind of thing. Like, guys, the amount of karma I feel Drake, like, just how much he's like, you know, getting, like, it's crazy. Like, he needs to get that shit under wraps. Like, Drake, temptation, Drake, you need to stop with this. You need to stop like doing what you're doing. Like, what you do will come to the light. Guys, I see in a couple of years from now, I'm not really good with time spans, but I'm gonna say in the next, you know, 6 to 7 years, I want to say August will be the last time he makes his positive steps forward, unless he gets the shit under control. But there's a lot of bad stuff he's been doing behind the scenes, which I'm sure is not, you know, a surprise to a lot of you guys if you follow Drake or if you've heard things. I'm not here to talk about common knowledge, okay? What I'm hearing and seeing in my cards is he needs to be better. He needs to stop hitting on younger girls. This whole like texting shit, like, we're gonna look into that. I want to see if that's like really innocent. This whole thing with Millie Bobby Brown, like, I want to see if that's really like he's telling the truth, like, or she's covering, and he's texting like Billie Eilish now. And first of all, Drake, stop. You're starting to, the temptation card, like, you like to control girls, you can't, it's like, allegedly, guys, like, he can't control women, so he's moving to like younger women now. It's like, or younger girls, like, oh, you know, I can't control and be dominant over grown-ass women, so I'm going to try to control, girls that are like, of a underage, But Drake, you're actually supposed to be building schools, kind of like Oprah's been doing, guys. But he's supposed to be building schools. He's supposed to be a more spiritual energy towards like men and towards women, and making, not saying that he has to be like, like a whole romantic person. I'm not saying that, but he's supposed to already have elevated, and he's not. He's actually really still stuck, and it's talking about how if he doesn't elevate himself, if he doesn't get his shit under control and like try to be better and try to do the right thing and not try to be a skis, basically, he will suffer for that immensely. It's already, his karma, guys, is already building up. It's already building up. So guys, I didn't forget, I want to go ahead and look into Rihanna, how Drake feels about the whole thing that he said about Rihanna. And yeah, let's see. Okay guys, so I was asking about Drake, how he feels towards Rihanna and why he said what he said in his documentary for the Six of Cups. I got in the reverse. Drake, you're so like guys, Drake is so fucking childish. Like, here's the thing about Scorpio energy. When they're operating from their lower energy, they will do and they will say things to get under your skin. And he fucking knows that, because he's still hurting over Rihanna, like, rejecting him. He doesn't have pleasant memories of Rihanna, and he wanted that to be known. And that's honestly why it took, like, he linked up with Chris, because he knew that even though Rihanna's moved on, I'm not saying Rihanna's holding things, like, she's moving on. And I know that some people might comment that, like, why are we still talking about this? Rihanna's moved on. She has, okay? She's moved on. I feel that from her energy. She's moved on. But listen, people, Drake hasn't. Drake hasn't moved on. So you guys want to comment and say, possibly want to comment and say, oh my God, move on. Like, that happened in the past. Rihanna's moving on. She's forgiven him. Thank God for her, because her karma will, he will get his karma. But Drake has not. Chris has not. Chris has moved on a lot too, in some ways, but not as much as Drake. I mean, not as much as, Drake hasn't moved on as much as Chris, sorry. Drake hasn't moved on as much as Chris, and he still has really bad memories of Rihanna, and he feels like Rihanna is watching him. Like, he feels like she's looking at everything he does, and he wanted her to know. Like, he did it on purpose. He wanted her to know. But Rihanna ain't sweating it. She's not mad. I got the Emperor in the reverse as for her, because she is an Aries rising, I believe, and an Aries moon. She ain't even stressing about it. You know what I mean? Like, she knows how Drake is. She knows that he's all about getting that revenge, but making himself look like he's not a mean person. And she doesn't like that about him, honestly, guys. She does not like that. And the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is because he got asked about it in his documentary, okay? He got asked about it in his documentary. Yeah, he did it because he knew it would be making him money. It would make him, he only took the documentary to, like, to really, like, be at, like, okay, so Drake had a couple of questions that he was asked, and he said, pay me more money and I will talk about it as much as I feel I want to, because the truth is, in order for them to even ask him questions like that, because Drake he can control what they can and cannot ask him. So one of the things that they wanted to ask was, of course, about Rihanna and Chris. So he made bank off of that, because he didn't even really speak, or he did name drop. I heard too, he name dropped and shit who he's dated. But they paid him a lot of money. Drake, that is disgusting. Because you had the opportunity to speak out and say how abuse is wrong. And yes, you could say, like, like, what Chris Brown did was wrong, and I would not condone, doing that to a woman. Like, I couldn't even watch the documentary completely, guys, but I did see that clip about how, or hear, like, the quotes about how he, like, said what he said about Rihanna, and he had the opportunity. Spirit was calling him to talk about that in a very, what happened to Rihanna was not positive, but, he had an opportunity to do that and speak up for Rihanna and to say, like, that was horrible what happened, but he took the money route, which is so disgusting. So, guys, like, what did you think so far about this? Rihanna's moved on, but Drake hasn't, and a lot of what he said was out of revenge towards her. And I'm sure you guys probably already got that feel for that, but I wanted to pull on it just to make sure I was, what I'm feeling. He knew he'd make money off of that with the King of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. He wanted to look like the good guy. He wanted to look very like, well, like, I don't play into that petty shit. I don't play into that petty shit. Drake, you had the opportunity to be a good person, and you choose time and time again to be this horrible person, and I don't understand. Your Scorpio is calling you to be better than that, okay? And people around you will start suffering, you will start suffering. And I guess the reason I was pulled to talk about this, guys, is because Spirit wants me to say this. Like, Spirit wants me to send a message to Drake, and I honestly don't like talking about Drake. Don't really like his energy, but I'm just gonna listen to Spirit, and that's what they want to talk about. So, guys, I just want to ask really quick. Like I said, I didn't know how long this video would be, but I just want to talk about, like, I want to see if he's really doing this crap, like if he's really talking to girls that are underage. Okay, guys, so I have polls on if Drake is really talking about, yeah. So what I'm getting is allegedly, I'm going to say, yes, he is. He's talking, Millie is one of those that he kind of tries to, like, test the waters with. She's out of many. She's not the main one, okay? Like, they are friends. There's nothing, like, romantic going on with them. That is legit. But he does try it with her, or he's tried to make passes at her. And she hasn't made passes at him. I'm not seeing that she has. And she's always around her family anyway. She's always around her mother. So I feel her mother's energy around her a lot. She put a stop to it. I feel like Millie probably would have. Allegedly. She would have. But her mother stopped it. Okay. But Drake, yes, I am seeing him message girls. I got my message, my Page of Wands card, if you guys are wondering what I'm looking at to show proof. Yes. With the Tower card, I'm getting a yes. He does talk to Six of Cups. He likes to prey on their sadness. Like, he'll find, I think I said this in my past video, like Ace of Cups too, telling me yes. He likes to play on their sadness. He likes to play on the thing. Six of Swords speaks about, disappointments, regrets. Like, he likes to make them feel like wanted. He likes to make them feel better. And the way he makes them feel better is by preying on their weaknesses, which is so fucking Scorpio. Like, when they're operating from their lower energy, they do this to gain power. And that's what he does. Like, so yes, guys, I am seeing that there is some talking going on. There is, and I'm saying allegedly, so it protects me, okay? But don't think that I'm not actually feeling what I'm feeling. Wink. Okay, like, Drake, what are you doing? Be grown. Grow the fuck up. Like, get you a woman that's supportive, that loves you, like, and you need to learn to, like, respect women a lot better than you do. And if you don't, I'm seeing that is in my cards, in my spiritual guidance cards, I'm seeing that is going to catch up with him, obviously. So Drake, get your shit together. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh my God. Also, too, Drake is thinking it's not bad because he's not actually, like, he tries to get them when they're 18. He tries to get them when they're 18 is what I'm hearing. And he does talk to Billy, but I'm not saying that it's anything, like, crazy, because Billy keeps it very, like, maybe, no, weird. So yeah, guys, that was my spiritual message for Drake. Let me know, guys, if you would like another video on Drake. I don't like talking about him, like I said, but if I know that some of you guys might have questions, so when I get back to doing an updated reading for him in 2020, this year, we're in 2020, so I will make another video on Drake. So leave your comments in the comment section below on what you would like me to pull on with Drake. I want to start doing videos like this where I do updates and, like, what's going on with them and how they're feeling and all that stuff with spiritual guidance. I want to keep this positive, and I want to, I don't want this to be a drama channel, but I will touch on some of the drama in a very positive and non, you know, like I want to be able to help if I'm going to touch on drama. So anyway, guys, I want to remain this a positive channel. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this reading on Drake, the spiritual guidance reading. This was strictly about spiritual guidance and a little bit about what's going on or some of the things that people have been talking about with him. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my reading on Drake. Love and light, guys. Bye.